Hi, I'm Gary Strigler. I can still remember the day that I got my first nail gun. Absolutely changed my life. For one thing, I didn't have to set nails anymore. Well, nail guns have come a long way since then. I'm using several types of nailers now that weren't even in existence then. So I wanted to just spend a minute and share kind of some of the nailers I use for finishing nailers, and especially share with you what's becoming my new favorite. So I'm going to hold this board up, and this is kind of shows pretty well the different sizes I've used. This is a 15 gauge. It's a very, very big nail, and I would primarily use that when I was installing doors or crown mold and sometimes baseboard, and it goes up to maybe 2.5 inches. The next one was one of the second nail guns I bought. That's an 18 gauge tool. Again, this is 15, that's 18. And these come in, I think, up to 2 inches. One of the great things about 18 gauge nails is, as far as I know, they're all galvanized. Now, I would tell you also that from Grex, you can get ones that are stainless steel, and that's what I use when I'm working like with cedar, or if I know I'm going to be in a really challenging situation. This next one right here is actually kind of my new favorite. It's a 21 gauge, and it comes with a slight T head, but it has a little more strength, a little more holding power than the one next to it, which is the 23. 23s are headless. Now, I definitely still use a good bit of the 23s, but what I'm finding more and more is this 21 will do an awful lot of what I was using the 18 for, and in some instances, if I want just a little bit more holding power, the head, or just a little more strength, I can go to that 21. It still is pretty good. Now, this is going to be a little more challenging. I'm going to try and flip this around, and I've circled the different sizes because, we all know, at least most of the time, when you drive a nail, you've got something you have to repair, and often these on this 15, the driver actually hit and left a little bit of an impact. This is the 18, and that's a fairly small hole, but the 21 is significantly better. So if I can use this 21 instead of the 18, I've got a lot less that I have to repair. And of course, the 23 is the smallest one. And again, the 23 gauge, when I got my first Grex 23 gauge headless printer, it absolutely changed my life. So, if you can afford it, it's great, to have all of them. But if you're looking maybe to purchase one of your first guns, you might think about that 21 because it'll do just about anything the 18 will do, and most of what the 23 will do. It's a great middle of the road tool. So check it out from Grex.